Welcome, dear viewers, to something that completely deviates from what I've done years ago on this channel. And today I'm going to repot this rather nice looking pitcher plant, which I've had in the apartment for about half a year now, and it has outgrown its little pot quite substantially, and I think it's going to need something bigger and something very much higher, because I've always had to put it on an inverted pot to keep the pitchers from touching the floor. I'm going to use this pot here, which is some orchid came in it, and for the substrate I'm going to use something called Repotting, which is an non-organic material which should help with keeping mold down and also keeping bugs and other creepy crawlies out of the substrate. As you can see, the lower leaves are starting to get yellow and dry out, which I think is a sign that it probably needs some more space for the roots and some better soil. My biggest concern right now is getting all the existing soil off of the roots without dumping out all the pitchers or filling the pitchers with the old substrate. So what I'm going to start out with, since I have the plant right here now, is going to be removing all the old dried out leaves. Now we're going to come to the, for me, I don't know about you, but for me the most exciting part, which is going to be getting the plant out of the pot and getting all the soil off of the roots. So I prepared my little garbage bucket here, and let's see if I can take the plant out of here without damaging it. Squeeze the pot. Yep. Pot came loose, which is good. And here, okay, that's a bit overexposed, but hopefully we can get... The soil is rather wet right now because I've watered it 2 days ago, which is not really great right now, but I'm going to continue getting all the soil off of the roots, and you'll join me again when I'm done here. Quite some struggling later. As you can see right here, I've removed most of the old soil from the roots. Actually quite surprising how little roots there are for this size of plant. I've pre-filled my little pot here with these big clay pebbles in order for the Repotting substrate not to fall through the holes, because as you can see it's quite a fine mix of little rocks, and if I were to just fill it in here it would go through all the holes. So I've managed to not dump out any of the pitchers, and now I have to, let's see, I'm going to elevate this a little bit, just going to make this a bit easier to handle, and now let's see how this goes. So I'm going to pre-fill a little bit of this in here to fill some of the small cracks, and well, probably a good idea to refill my thing. Okay, thing refilled. Let's have a go. Place this in here and hopefully not make a giant mess. I filled the pot to the top without making a huge mess. And now we're going to run some water through this in order to get all the dust that, you know, comes from the rocks rubbing against each other in the packaging out of here, and then I think we're done. Okay, so I hope I can show this here, how much dust is going to come out of that without any major failure, because the plant in the dry substrate is rather wobbly, being it having the heavy pitchers and this much leaf with so little roots. So in goes the clean water, and I hope you can see at the bottom there's quite a bit of dust coming out. So I've returned the plant into its usual into its usual position in our little jungle here. If you like this sort of thing, tell me in the comments, and I'll probably have some more of these plants to put into that soil in the future, and I'll make more videos about it.